Ooh, okay, so we have got some good players in the running. I'm seeing a lot of recognizable faces up on the top tables. And yeah, we do see it. Mr. K Beats stepping up to the plate. Oh, that is not even the right one. I've forgotten. It's this one. We're going into round 4. And we have some very familiar faces. If you're used to the UK Digimon scene, yeah, Marcio and Luke, yeah? Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was using his tag or not for it. Alright, so on the left, using the judge map, we do have fellow Misplay for Game podcast host, my boy, K-Beats, Marcio, coming in on Armour Rush, and I'm seeing Goblimons, I'm seeing Purple Trainings, Luke Campbell on the right, a very, very well-known purple enthusiast, Digimon player, and funny enough, also a Kamen Rider enjoyer. Him and Marcio have traded Kamen Rider sleeves before at other events, so I mean, if there was a way to keep your undefeated run going, playing the homies that, you know, don't live with you is a great way to do it. Hopefully. Okay, we do have a lunch break at the end of this one until 1:20. So hopefully we got ourselves a quick one and we got ourselves a good-ass lunch break as well. But yeah, Marcio going to be looking to kick it on stream. Remember to use the dice, I beg you. All right, yeah, round time is counting down, so I think we're gonna be starting the round. I mean, yeah, the time is counting, so I see the timer moving, I get players going. All right, so we're gonna be seeing some sort of purple matchup here, and then Marcio going to be on the multicolor armor. We made a couple of last minute changes to this list. It's been all over the place. So, looking forward to seeing. Yeah, remember to use the dice. Alright, so we do have confirmation. We are ready to rock. Okay, so I see a Gabumon. It's going to be Levia. Levia is an interesting one. I mean, it's not even arguable. It just is the best purple deck right now. Yep. And now, any form of confusion about what we're playing has just disappeared. Ooh, Bukamon, top egg. And he's got the nice Veemons borrowed from, I'd say defending champ, but technically not defending champ, but, I guess ex-regional champ, Saf. Oh, the blinged out Veemons as well. Okay, we are shiny today. Normally Minren, like relatively low rare player Marcio, but you know, he's abandoned his humble ways, grabbing the shiny stuff. And now, do we take the BT8 Magna or do we take the ST17? That is the question. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna go for BT8. BT8 gives you the unsuspends as well as the power. So we will get to see those power dice. Does have a Digimon on the board, so he's gonna gain 1 memory. And we're gonna see the Gabu X coming out, so no real surprise that we passed. Oh, and he sees the one of as well. It's the only card he can take, but ooh, that's a big hit. That. All right. So now where do we go from here? 4 memory is a lot for a lot of decks. We saw the Warrior Digimon, but we do need a bridge into the 4 of some kind. We're gonna get the draw because the card was pitched as well. Gabumon, when you reveal 2. It's reveal 4, you can add up to 2 cards that have X Antibody or Garurumon in their name. And looks like we're going to go into the Raremon. So as much as we're talking about bling, Raremon is a card that certainly does break the bank for a lot of people, especially here in Europe, where the card ballooned in price. Alright, gonna go into the Warrior Siegramon now. The draw 2, trash 2 does put in work. Now we're probably, I mean, there's nothing in trash just yet, but the problem here, ooh, Levia X put down. The problem here is it now means when Marcio does stuff, they're gonna be playing a whole lot. Are we gonna get any sort of deletion effect? Oh, using the Raremon to put it in the trash first, then use the when attacking Warrior Siegramon to bring it back out suspended. But he didn't have X Antibody when attacking, so he is then going to delete it. So we got the... when attacking, plays then all turns when effect plays it. So it's only going to get the Memory Steal one time, and then we're going to go for a training to pass over. Ooh, there goes the Biting Crush. But we're going to take the Goblimon. So the Goblimon, a really interesting tech here in this matchup because the Goblimon helps you get the DP boost that help you stay ahead in terms of some really early aggression. The thing that is pretty big here... Oh no, because he's on Bukamon. If he was on the Shaomon here, he'd be up to plus... He'd get +1, and then he'd be able to training go into Magna for... 8k, so he'd actually be able to swing over the Warrior Siegramon here. So I wonder what his option is to try and get the clear. Because there's a lot of potential value up for grabs. He needs to be on an armor that will stick, obviously, very important. We're going to go into the Lydra for 2. We're going to swing at security, does not have jamming, and it is going to hit the training. And then is texture the next one? Is that where we go? Because you can't go wide, because then you just get clapped by Levia. If you play something by effect, you're asking for trouble. He hasn't checked to see what's in trash. We're just going to play the Veemon Raw. Is going to find... Okay, I guess he's taking an ST17 Magna, whether he likes it or not. Heaven's Judgment does go. Maybe that's what we were looking for. Maybe it was looking for Heaven's Judgment with the green source. Because Heaven's Judgment, whilst it is a yellow card, if you have a green Digimon, then you're able to use it without meeting its color requirements. So Heaven's Judgment, I think, was what we were fishing for. There's also the chance that Megadeth was in, but I think that got cut from the list. Now, where does Luke go from here? He's got a lot of room to kind of just push this one out and get some pretty decent value. But is he actually going to be able to do anything with it? So, yeah, swing when attacking Raremon, and then... Wow, I hate this. The way this is set up is so clever. It's going to play out the Veemon. It's not going to matter because on plays are going to be deleted. Then we're going to use the Levia effects to put the Levia X evolves from trash for free. Because we are purple and we do not pay for evolving from trash anymore. That was a bygone era. Now we do that joint for free. As long as it has an X antibody in sources or is named Leviamon, it can go over. It can evolve over it. It does have natural sec +2, and then we're going to be swinging for piercing 3. Davis. This Davis, now you actually can activate its effect and get some value to try and play for board. Because, choosing not to. No blocker, it is just Fire Rocket on its own. This gets pretty rough. The problem as well with this matchup is that Levia X being in trash. Levia X being in trash is really hard to get rid of as an armor player. If he's not on Full Metal Blaze, he's not going to be able to permanently get rid of these crocodiles. They're just going to keep showing back up as soon as he plays something by effect. Which is why some armor players like myself have tacked on to Full Metal Blaze. And we're just going to go for another Raremon here, which kind of sets him up nicely. So it means if we do see the Heaven's Judgment, and it does clear Levia at 14k, it would have to spend all 3 of your sources to get the clear. And we're just going to try and go for the wide play here, as he's going to try and swarm the board. Levia... No, we do have Awakening to go into a Magna X if we do find it. Okay, the Veemon in the back. Just double checking sources, so now I think he has to figure out what it is he actually wants here. I'm just taking a quick look in hand. So Zudo would answer, you'd probably be able to take out the piercing check, and you'd be able to take out the Levia, or the Ramon probably, and then bounce something. I'm going to swing at itself in order to get an armor and trash. I'm going to go into BT, we're probably training BT8 Magna. Yeah. Training, reduce the cost of the next Evo by 2, force you to evolve in the process. Go into BT8 Magnamon, which is going to come in unsuspended, and that is going to gain +2, +4. Is he going to use the dice? He is not. Swing in again. And we're going to go into the third one. Oh! And now he's going to gain +6, so he's overall +10. Yeah. This should be +10. Yeah. It was Magna and Lydra, and there was Magna, Lydra, Magna, which now makes it +10, which now means he can swing over this, get the full clear. And now, does he have Heaven's Judgment to clear, or do you just go Zudo, bounce 1? The problem with the Zudo, yeah, I don't hate this. Okay, that is unfortunate. That would have been an actual way to stabilize. I don't hate this because the Magna, there it is. We're +4, plus... There should be 2 more +4s somewhere. No, there should be 2 more +4s somewhere unless someone's nicked one. Alright, there's our +10. Really, really well played in that last 10. Obviously... Swing, swing, swing. Technically would finish the game, but I think it's pretty obvious what's being played for here. And I think that has to be respected. So I think we're more likely to see a attempt at building and climbing from there. Gonna go training to evolve for 0 into Doba X. Doba X draw 1, trash 1 with its when digivolving. And then we are going to trash 1. So that's another Levia X in there. We're going to gain 1 memory off the... Oh, yeah, the Goblimon is when a card is trashed, gain 1 memory, not the DP one. There are other players that are on the other Gobli that does do the DP gain, I think to like play around Ruin or something. But that's not bad. Now, where does he go from here? That is the question. Training evolve for 1, so I think we're going into a 5. We're gonna go into... Okay. Gonna go into the Cerberus X. I think he's gonna try and go for a kill turn next turn. The problem with this current play is that the Levia is going to attempt to pop the Magna, and then the Magna is going to Armor Purge, which will prevent him from gaining the memory back. So he can't go for a 1-choke here. And Marcio has to let it through, because if he turns into not the ace. If he turns into the ace, he dies. So yeah, he lets it through to kill it in response. And he's going to try and play for board here. Oh, shoot. Yeah, he had to... Yeah, that's rough. That's just really well played here from Luke, because he goes into that, it would bounce, it wouldn't bounce it, but the Levia would come out in response. So he was trying to play around the armor there. Actually really, really well played from Luke, so he's going to take game 1. In a pretty comfortable fashion. Levia is an interesting one. It's one that like Armour can keep up with, but I think you might have to get out of the gate slightly faster. Like you saw, Marcio did a fantastic job in the mid-range there of trading Magnas to clear out the stack. And that was played without any Biting Crush. It was just that the first Levia stack did so well. And the Veemon being able to proc, like kill an empty board is really, really interesting. Magna X would be the better play, yes. But depends on the count of Magna X's you're in. And some control builds that are being taken to tournaments right now, they are playing a lot of Magna X's, but the problem with Magna X is it does require you to full climb. So if you're trying to play low to the ground aggro, you kind of have to sacrifice spots. This list that Marcio is on, I'm pretty sure is very, very low to the ground. I want to say Magna X is either a 1 of or at max a 2. So he would have had to dig for it and find it earlier. And we never saw it get revealed off of anything, and it wasn't in hand. So he actually would have had to just like lock that in. But yeah, good stuff on Luke there to try and go for a kill turn where he had it. And he kind of forced Marcio's hand. It was like a catch-22. I guess technically, if he wanted to prevent lethal, going for the burst on the first, like going for the Blast Evo on the first check was the correct option. But then the Levia... Yeah, technically if he wanted to play that the smartest way, you would have to Blast Evo on the first one to bounce the second body. So that way the Levia doesn't have, even though you get the overflow back, you might just have enough memory to just play a level 3 again. So yeah, it's actually played nigh on perfect. I'm going to choose to go for the evolve into XV effect there. So not going to be playing out of Veemon, which is a little telegraphed, but it is what it is. We're going to see a training to open things up. And we're going to see one of the one-offs get picked up. And we're going to see the Gaogamon in the back. So not quite missing a rookie. Does see the Goblimon straight after, which is a little unfortunate. I'm going to see training. Consistency is key. Yeah, Octomon here is not bad. Armour can go quite wide, but the fact that we didn't see a Veemon out of the gate does mean that we are going to get some value. Going to see that Yamming go through, Bombaclat in. Completely ignore the DP on that Leviamon, and then we're going to go into a BT8 Magna, which is going to unsuspend, pass over 1. Training means we can theoretically climb from a 3 to a 5 here. Which, I don't know. I mean, if you have a Goblin in the back, maybe you just promote it, because then you're going to try and see if you can bait a ST17 Magna, but instead we're going to go into a 0-cost over X. Going to get that draw 1, trash 1. I don't really know how far we're going to try and push this. He's spent no memory, and technically will get some. With no inherit, like without the Goblimon inherit, he's not going to actually be going memory positive on that. And we don't have any cards in trash yet, and it not being the Raremon means we're not going to get that nonsense that we saw before, where Warrior Siegramon was setting it up. So instead we're going to go for the Gobly, and then the Wegarumon, Cerberus even. All these purple dogs that do be facilitating unsuspend effects. Gonna pitch off the Levia, so now we have a Levia and Levia X in trash. Alright. Purple memory boost. Finds 2 options. So the X antibody getting sacked away is kind of unfortunate because now he has to work for it. And now if Marcio can find a way to clear this body, he's in the driver's seat. Hatch, start of main. Gain 1. There it is. Swing out security, draw 1 off the Wanya. Is going to hit a ruin mode and is going to purge down. Does not look like we had a fire rocket or anything like that. Do we have a rookie in the back? Ooh. Oh, if he went into gold V. If he went into gold V, it would have shrunk and stunned the Cerberus X, so he wouldn't have been able to attack with it next turn. But also taking out an inherit here, basically turning it into a vanilla isn't bad, especially when you're going to drop the Zudo to get the strip and bounce. You have passed 3, so Levia could... You could, in theory... You could, in theory, crack boost, drop a Levia. Which would be pretty rough. But we're looking for the training there. Little fist bump from Marcia. We're going to see the Raremon and the Mem boost. And it looks like we're going to go for the Mem boost. Not going to try and commit any bodies to board. And we're just going to, yeah, spend the 3. Out comes the boost. Stop. And there goes the Biting Crusher. So kind of unfortunate there. But Dragomon's pretty good. Dragomon would be live. There is a level 4 in trash. So he's just giving him nothing. Alright. Gotta go for the Gabumon after a little bit of deliberation there. And 2 memory passed over gives him a decent amount. Again, early Davis giving us pretty decent tempo. Still no rookie in the back. Gonna swing, gonna get the draw. Finally, we see a Veemon get the hit. Protoform. That accelerates the clock a little bit. Because now you're afraid to pass turn. This Zudo is not ideal. There's no Biting Crush, so I don't know if you just try and go super wide here. I don't know if you can go like... I don't know if he has anything low enough. He's going to swing at security because if it overflows, it overflows. It was kind of always going to overflow, so it's better to lose the memory now on his turn rather than lose it on his opponent's turn. So I don't super hate that. I do hate that search. Very unfortunate. That is going to be the Davis and Ukokas. Realistically, I don't think we see a Davis come down with no Veemon to play out. We don't see any of those draws. Or at least the one that we did get went into the back. We're going to see Protoform go into a 1-cost Evo rather than training. Oh, into the Garurumon X antibody. That's a 3-cost Evo, reducing the cost by 2. Going to the EX5. And the EX5 criminal. And looking to see. So there it is. Going to get the drop 2. Getting ready to try and see if they can push through. We're going to get the crack one. And we will actually get the draws out here, so where do they go from here? Pitching off the Octomon that we saw earlier, and we are going to get a level 3 played out. The Gizmon or Gizumon? Gizamon. This one always trips me up in terms of like what it's called. But it is actually part of just the Levia core. Not everyone is on it. Gizamon. Gezamon, I don't know. It's one of the two. We're only going to try and pop the lowest there when we go into the Levia, but we are going to purge down? Why did... I am so confused as to why we did not get that purge step. Oh, is it because it gets double targeted? Oh, yeah, because of the Davis. I think it gets double targeted even though because they're equal. That is annoying. Ooh. Ooh, that's a pretty looking token. And there goes the Levia X, kills the Davis. That's a lot of value. We're going to go for the full 5-check clear. Going to pop the Octomon. And we're going to get the unsuspend. And that's check 1. Check 2. Bluey, but I don't think we're going to use that. And then... yeah, it's check 3 because it's sec... What are we checking in trash? Yeah, I'm not sure what we're checking in trash. We did get the Wear X on suspend. There comes the D-Digivolve. Although, last check is really unfortunate because it's still the maximum number of checks that it could have been. The Veemon getting popped, of course, stops you from getting stripped. No bounce. A swing 2. And we don't have anything to clear, but it does put him on better habit. Yeah, just back into another one. Kill the Louis. It's pretty difficult. I do not know what he does from here. Double checking how many cards he has in trash. So I think if he's pushing up, training go into BT8 Magna for 1 because the Tamer got deleted. It's going to be +2, 4, 6, 8. That makes him 15k. 15k can swing to clear. 2 is 2-color, draw 1. And that's going to be the full clear. So it is Protoform X antibody, so it's going to... oh my goodness. Marcio has to push him exactly lower than 3. I have no idea if he knows that. Yeah, this is an unreactable... this is an unreactable... oh no. He passes him 3. He passes him 3. But he might just be playing around the Zudo. So we're going to take the Leviamon here. And now, here's the question. You go for the Gobbly Evolve in the back, and do you just see, like, you could potentially win the game here with a gamble, and you put him on better habit, or you evolve. He's checking cards in trash, so I think he's looking to see how many Zudos have been revealed, which right now is 2. But Armour players are known to play quite a lot of them. So he's counting cards in trash. I'm assuming we're at 20. I'm assuming we're at 20 combined between the two of them. The fact that he's asking, he's got 3 memory, he's going to spend 3, and he's going to play Rush Gilmon, and Rush Gilmon, he is going to swing, and Rush Gilmon is going to end the game. We are going to close it out. Great gamble there from Luke to take game 2. And that is going to be a 2-0 here as Levia, it just does so much so fast, and he just was not able to keep up with it. Very, very close game there between the two of them. That's definitely the sort of Digimon that we like to see. The Security Magnamon did come up, but unfortunately, I feel like the Security Magnamon almost worked against him here because it... yeah, I think the Security Magnamon genuinely worked against him because it... yeah, it would have put him through, and with that sort of thing, if he was given just If he was given just a little bit more, he would have actually been able to work with it. So, unfortunate. But that is Digimon. Sometimes you live and die in your own security. Marcio still has the chance to go on the X1 run. As a reminder, we are playing 7 rounds or until there's an undefeated. 7 rounds would leave us with exactly 1 undefeated. And then there will be 7 X1s in order to get yourself a serial Omni. If Luke goes on to clear it out, then that's some damn good resistances and Marcio stays at the X1 bracket. But for the rest of the people on 16 minutes, they've got plenty of time until the lunch break, because we will be doing a lunch break until 1:20. So you've got like plenty of time until that. How much time do we have until 1:20? It's basically like 40 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll get that timer set up now for like 45 and we'll be back by then. We're going to probably throw it to a quick-ish, well, I say quick-ish, a long-ish break. So you two should also take a lunch break. Keep the stream open so that way you can hear when we come back. We'll get some music playing in the meantime so that way, you know, for those of you that just want to jukebox and just listen, vibe, whilst you're waiting for the tail end of the Salford Digimon Regional here at the Salford Community Centre in Manchester, then hopefully stick around and we'll see you on the other side of the break.